What's going on, y'all? Forward Favorite back with a video, man. We're doing a reaction to the Joe Rogan podcast, and it's I guess Joe Rogan shut down Stevo's woke Hollywood nonsense. So I guess Stevo was on the Joe Rogan or the JRE podcast more recently, and I think I seen a clip about this, and he was just talking about it. He was talking out of his butthole. Dude was saying a whole lot of dumb stuff. I don't know what he was talking about, but it made no sense. Let's get it.
So Joe Rogan shuts down Stevo's woke nonsense. It looks like it pissed him off when he said this woke stuff. Check this out.
Talk to this transgender person. They described to me a level of oppression that genuinely fucking broke my heart. They said, hey, let me tell you, like, I am not allowed to use the bathroom at my own place of work. We've got like politics.
That's not true. They're just not allowed to use the bathroom. It doesn't align with their biological sex.
Okay.
But you got to realize, they're not all, listen, I genuinely think there's people that feel like they are in the wrong biological sex. But there's also people that are fucking perverts, and they have a thing called autogynephilia. And what that is they get a turn on by pretending to be a woman. They get excited by it, and they want to be around women. And so you give them a fucking Willy Wonka golden ticket to go into the women's locker room and the women's bathroom and stare at women and pretend you're a woman when you're just a crazy man and you're actually into women.
Okay.
That's real too, man.
I don't doubt that that's real, and I know that it's a super complex, nuanced thing. And
but here's what's not complex. What is your chromosomes?
Right.
Okay? This is the same thing for competing. Right. All these...
He said, right. He over here just chuckling and laughing at all, because you know everything he started off with was just BS.
Mental gymnastics that seemingly intelligent people do to justify biological males competing with females.
Oh, I'm with it. I don't think anybody's
It's the same thing.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Right.
And especially as speaking as a man who has daughters, like, there are creeps. And if you give a creep, and I'm not saying all trans people are creeps,
right,
but a lot of these people that are in trouble for going into women's bathrooms dressed as a woman with a beard and a heart-on are just that. They're creeps.
Right, okay.
They're crazy men. So you've got two things going on at the same time.
For sure.
You've got people with gender dysphoria that genuinely wish they were a woman or genuinely wish they were a man. And by the way, it's men that are the problem. No one gives a about trans men going into the men's bathroom. Come on in. Who cares? Like,
right. Yeah. Exactly, Joe. Hit the nail on the head. Yeah, a trans woman coming to the bathroom. Ooh, you kind of cute. We standing or sitting today? Yeah, he made an interesting point, Joe Rogan. Nobody cares about a trans man going to the
It's all about women's safety.
Yeah, yeah.
But Stevo is going to double down on his nonsense. He said it broke his heart that a dude could go into a woman's restroom.
Nah, he said that broke his heart when he found out that some transgender individuals, supposedly, he pulled this straight out of the sky, can't use the bathroom at all, which is a lie. That'd be inhumane. Imagine you work with a trans individual and then your boss or your manager says you can't use the bathrooms whatsoever. You think that kind of stuff would fly? No, it's just exactly what they was just emphasizing. The fact that we know you're a man. We'd prefer if you just stuck to the man's bathroom, no matter what you claim yourself to be. Because we've seen a lot of situations, scenarios, cases to where what Joe Rogan is mentioning is very true. You got perverts that'll just assume or make it seem like, oh, I'm a transsexual, just so that they can get closer to the ladies' restroom. Come on, man.
I mean, Joe Rogan is trying to give you an out. He's trying to make sense of the whole situation, the whole conversation you're having. But you doubling down on total nonsense.
Watch this down.
No one's going to get hurt. No one's going to get hurt. This is the problem. When you allow perverts to have this hall pass to go into women's locker rooms and bathrooms. So you can't say you're not allowed to use the bathroom where you work. That's not true. You're just not allowed to use the women's room where other women are in there because you're not a woman. I know you wish you were a woman or whatever's going on.
Okay.
But you're not.
You know what? You make a very, very good point.
If you're a woman, talk to most women about this. And it's unless they're insanely captured by this woke ideology where they can't see reality and the fact that perverts are still a real thing.
Yeah.
And this loophole. You've given loopholes. Like, there's men in prison. I think it's like 47 biological males in California are housed in women's prisons. Some of them are sex offenders. Some of them in Canada. There's a guy in Canada that they had to pay for his boob job while he was in jail for being a sex offender, and they put him in a women's prison. Yeah.
I'm not arguing with any of that. I'm not arguing with
There's
any of that.
men who have pretended to.
You know what's crazy? Some of these men are impregnating women while they're in prison.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
How can a woman get another woman pregnant?
Women gone into women's prison, had sex with women and impregnated them. All they have to do is identify, air quotes. When you just have to identify, that's it. No operation, no nothing, identify. That is bonkers. And do you think they're giving them estrogen when they get in prison? Do they give hormone replacement therapy to people in prison? I don't know. But even then, it's still a man with estrogen. You can't escape your chromosomes, okay? And until you can, until there's some sort of a CRISPR thing that you really want to be a woman, we can turn you into an actual woman. Until that happens, what you're dealing with is a form of gender dysphoria, which has always been classified as a mental illness.
Hey, and you make a completely valid argument.
Nobody should be able to tell you can't do something stupid like get a boob job because they are transgender. That's crazy.
Understood. My experience was that I didn't get any of this, sense that this was a creepy pervert, anything like that. I just thought
they don't have to be a creepy pervert.
Right.
But it's still a man.
Understood. I just thought, man, I heard what they had to say about, politicians trying to put them in internment camps and,
Who's doing that?
What?
See, this is what happens when one. And I don't want to make this about a certain political group, but this is why a lot of people on the so-called right or conservatives point the finger at leftists or what this whole egalitarian mindset or whatever you want to call it, right? It's because they look at things from a very one-dimensional perspective. I just thought that they were being oppressed and they can't go to the bathroom. But he never thought one moment about everything everything Joe Rogan emphasized. It's like you're gonna have the whole spectrum of maybe people who are actually going through gender change, and then people who are masking gender change to fit an agenda. But people can't critical think enough to understand that not everybody is just trying to have a sex change or operation. Some of these people are using it to their advantage to get closer to the opposite sex. Like they just mentioned, you got actual men who are locked up in female or women's prisons, impregnating the women in the prison. What clown or circus do we live in to where, you know what I mean? Like, how is that even a thing? If you are born a man, if we can tell you're a man, and if we see that you have manly features, why are you being locked up with women? Why are you being locked up in a female prison, ladies and gentlemen? Can someone please break that down to me and help me understand that? Clown world.
You know what I'm saying? He's doubling down. Where are they putting these mentally ill people in internment camps?
Trans camps?
Stupid boy.
Listen, Stevo is woke-o.
Yo, check him out. Check out Stevo.
Politicians trying to put them in internment camps and
Who's doing that? What politicians are saying they should be putting in?
Some
Boy,
kind
checking
of
facts.
There might be one kook out there that's saying that to try to get attention. There's no movement to try to put transgender people in internment camps.
Okay, well then I'll land on this.
Do you know who's killed more people than ICE this year? Trans shooters. Do you know the majority of these high school shootings have been transgender people?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, how many of them?
There
was one recently, and it's a lot of them. You know why? Because they're giving them psych medications, they're giving them a bunch of crazy hormones, and a lot of them probably have mental struggles already. Fill in the blank, and then they're empowered by thinking that the world has done something bad to them, and that there's like a genocide against trans people, and they attack J.K. Rowling, and they attack all these people. Martina Navratilova, who's like a famous lesbian, for being a bigot because she doesn't want biological men competing with women in tennis. It's nuts, man. And it's like either you go by biology or you do not. Either you go by XY chromosome or then you're in this weird gray area where someone could just tell you they're a woman. And that's how you get men in women's prisons.
Yeah. All right. You've convinced me.
It doesn't mean you can't be kind.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you can't. I try to be kind to everyone. And if I meet someone who's trans, if they want me to call them Stacy or whatever, like I know a couple trans people. My friend Jim Norton is married to a trans woman. Yeah. I'm super cool with them. Hug her every time I see her. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if I was a woman, I want biological women in my. I think the solution is individual bathrooms whenever feasible. And if you want to have an all-gender bathroom, good luck with the legal ramifications.
Yeah, good luck with that one, but maybe make one specifically for trans,
Of that, if it's a bar, because then any guy can go in there, and any guy and girl can be in if it's a multiple stall bathroom.
Right.
But the solution is XY chromosome. And the solution is, like, if a guy walks into the men's room with a dress on and he's trans, just leave him alone. Leave him alone. Let him go to the bathroom. Like, what is the big deal?
Yeah.
You're like, at the end of the day, we have to understand that, like, what is more important? One person's feelings or the safety of all these women? And the safety of all these women is much more important.
That's a big point. I saw a video a while back that I did a reaction to, and a mom went into a restroom and she saw a transgender man in there, and I guess he was being real suspicious. It's one thing, like, if you believe you're a woman, right, but you're actually a man who's transitioning, and you just want to go into the bathroom, right, and you believe that you belong in the female's bathroom. But this guy was just red flags all over the place, and she had an issue when she called him out. She made it very vocal. I think it was in like a library or some public place. I don't know where it was, but she caught attention to people around, like, hey, you don't need to be in there. He's going into the ladies' bathroom, yada, yada. He's being weird. And then she was like, I have a whole daughter, what am I to think if she's put in a situation like this and something happens to her? Valid points, very valid points. But the bystanders, the people who are on the sidelines, wanted to protect the transgender over protecting the youth. Imagine that, to Joe's point. We can't sit here and coddle individuals. We got to look at the greater good of humanity, man. You got your children going into these restrooms to where you got perverts and weirdos who are taking advantage of the fact that you can sex operation and change, so that you can be closer to this gender that you want to, you have this agenda on. Then that's a bad thing. That's a very bad thing. That's a weird thing. But we live in this crazy world to where people will just, you should accept everybody. Everybody should be equal. Right? Just forget the kids, right? Forget the greater good of humanity and protecting people in general. You rather protect somebody's feelings because they're going through a sex operation. Like, what? And they're not able to delineate, right? They're not able to see that some of these guys, maybe they are just doing just that. There's other guys who are in predator status doing this.
Yep.
So you gotta...
He sold Stevo.
Be kind to people, but also you got to have rules. There's a reason why there's a woman's room and a men's room. It's because some men are creeps. And if you allow those creeps to just put on a dress, and again, I'm not saying all trans people are like this at all, but you can't have that loophole. You can't. That's like you can't have an open border. Doesn't mean that all immigrants are murderers, and you don't think that either, right? But some people that sneak across the border, if you don't check, are going to be murderers. It's just a fact.
Yeah, it's too much common sense, Joe.
Yeah,
that's the perfect thing to call it, a loophole.
Yeah.
It's common sense, man. It's common sense. It's like we always have to see the good in people. Well, if you get your head out of your butt, you understand the reality of the world. You can try to see the good in people as much as you want, but there's still bad individuals that exist. So what are you going to let them slip through the cracks? Comment down below, man. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this. Peace, love, prosperity. We'll see y'all in the next video, man. God bless. We out.